Hello from the city of London. It is a lovely Monday evening. I'm walking home after a Toastmaster session, and I did one earlier, maybe 3 or 4 months ago now, and that is crazy, wow. But while I really enjoyed it, I was thinking about refining my focus on quality over quantity in terms of the prioritization of my goals. And because, I would like to say that public speaking is something I really love and enjoy, and that I feel that I don't struggle with as much compared to other skills. And so I thought, okay, I want to focus on improving and investing the time and improving other skills. But that being said, if public speaking is a hobby and passion of mine, I am fine to, and I should invest time into it and practicing it because it makes me happy. And so after today's session, which was so enlightening, and after how much I realized that in fact not only is it a way to practice this passion of mine, but it's also a way to learn so many more skills and up-level myself in so many other different ways, from confidence to not caring about what people think to meeting new people. It is worth it. It's worth investing that time into it. And it doesn't mean that I can't work on other skills as long as I can manage the time and make the time for the other areas of improvement that I have. And yeah, that I really, really enjoyed that session. And so I guess my takeaway here is prioritization doesn't mean you shouldn't spend or invest time in your passions or your current strengths, because ultimately skills are like muscles in some ways, and you have to practice them to keep good at them. Neuroplasticity in psychology, we have neurons that are associated with neural links, and they represent different skills that you have, and the more you practice them, the stronger these neural networks become. And through neuroplasticity, with practice you become better. Practice leads to progress, right? And it's crazy, guys, I used to be an extreme perfectionist, and I really wouldn't settle for any minimal effort or level piece of work. And then I feel like I reached the stage where the perfectionism got too extreme, to the extent that enough was getting done. And so I became not the opposite of a perfectionist, but I got to a point, I would say this is more recently, where I just had to to get myself to start, I had to think even if it's bare minimum, just do something, because I didn't want the fear of failure or an imperfect piece of output to stop me. So it would be even if it's barely anything, just do it, just do something is better than nothing. And then I realized oh no, now I'm not checking things enough, or I'm not being intentional enough, or maybe I'm doing some things for the sake of doing them rather than the quality associated with them, which is really not me. I care a lot about what I produce, so I didn't want this to continue, right? And so now I'm going back and trying to find a balance between checking things, but not to the extent where I literally don't end up submitting or sending anything. And so I came up with this motto, and that's think twice, not thrice. Because you want to think twice so that you're making a rational, appropriate, reasonable, and confident decision, but you're not thinking to the extent that your doubts kick in and you stop yourself from taking action, okay? You're doing what you gotta do with a reasonable level of checking. So I guess this is how I'm approaching prioritization, combating perfectionism, and really navigating my work, my output, my results, what I do, not only at work but in life for that matter. So I hope this was valuable to you, and in that way it produced serotonin in a way that provides you reassurance or faith with your approach to goals or completing work with a reasonable level of thought, but not thought to the extent that you are distraught. Okay, now I'm rhyming, now I'm being a rhymer. A rhymer, is that a thing? Well, that's that. Bizou. I hope everyone has a lovely week ahead, and I hope this gave you some serotonin.